Hey everyone, it's Zach with Palantir Research. The NHS has awarded a new contract, not to Palantir, but it is for the FTP platform contract being run by them, where it's crucial for a few reasons, as well as the next earnings date release has finally been announced. So briefly first, Q1 2024 earnings, which means performance until March 31st, 2024, will be announced on Monday, May 6th, so in about 3 weeks, after hours at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Per usual, they will also have the earnings live stream. So I'll be on the lookout for when that comes out to see how the start of 2024 has treated them. The big things everyone is looking out for will probably be customer numbers, of course, and if that has seen a boost considering all the marketing around their AIP bootcamps. Now, for the AIP Now effects and webinars they're doing right now may or may not be affecting these numbers yet since these are so recent. But the earnings call will also be interesting to see if management comments more on what's in the pipeline and if things are going according to expectations around these programs actually pushing growth. Then we've got a new deal, and this one actually isn't for Palantir directly. Like I said, it's actually pretty important for a few reasons though. It's £10 million and was awarded to consulting firm KPMG, where they'll be supporting the rollout of the FTP or Federated Data Platform. And as pointed out, this was won by Palantir late last year with all the crazy articles attacking them essentially. Now, this KPMG contract is for initially 2 years and will be helping the NHS in building out the FTP capabilities, but also on top of the technology data service functions with platform and integrating services to support transformation change. This is a pretty big change, so alongside actually implementing the technology, they need to be able to use it effectively, hence the blip from KPMG, which will be crucial for Palantir as well and their success. And you'll probably ask yourself, why can't Palantir do it themselves, which I'll cover. But continuing on, we get some more tidbits here about the FTP currently, and it's got 67 live services now, but they're all under NHS England. So other trusts may still need to get started on having access, and also these services will not only get them onto the FTP, but on how to use it, like I mentioned, where ultimately these local level trusts can start building their own data products on top of this, almost self-sufficiently. But this is still with the infrastructure of Palantir, which unifies the whole system together. So if you think about it, the main value of Palantir, these other trusts build what's valuable to them and useful, but in the case you need to coordinate or a patient goes to a different trust, there is still this single source of truth that ties them all together, knowing that other trusts can be effective in providing care without you needing to repeat or have mistakes relaying information between each other. So why is it important that this rollout is being done by KPMG actually being a good thing for Palantir? Well, first, it sings that Palantir is scalable as well as gaining adoption. KPMG has people who are strong enough skill set wise and made the investment as well as a company to hire and train these folks to implement Palantir products. And this is a high profile client too. KPMG has a huge workforce of consultants, just like all other firms do, where they try to be the system integrators for whatever these clients are trying to get ingrained, not only just Palantir. KPMG may be getting this deal as a huge signal of that adoption taking root and some trying to get ahead and take on these high-profile contracts. Plus, Palantir can concentrate on building the best products as it scales up more and more from other folks, meaning they can double down on what they do best. Although implementation and forward-deployed engineers I don't see going away anytime soon, far from it in my opinion. But being able to take on the future demand for their products will require the KPMGs and Accentures to help with the workload, even if it means a little bit less dollars for Palantir. And then the second reason this may be good for Palantir, this is a slight disconnect, maybe can bring a little bit of distance from their name and reputation being associated with the data stealing and such. Although we know Palantir is going to be the main infrastructure with just a quick Google search, but at least optically, they can still point to the public this isn't entirely under Palantir's forward deployed engineers. And of course, KPMG has their hands on it too, who are not technically Palantir employees doing parts of the implementation. So we all know it's a technicality, but still true, but might show that the process just requires hands on deck and isn't being entirely ran by Palantir trying to farm up their data, which if you're following the channel, I know you know better than that. But let me know your thoughts below, and I'll see you in the next video.